Okay, did you get that notice, Donna?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So we're fine. And we'll wait one more minute. It just may be you and I and Monica, and we will have a very short meeting. I'm hoping that Hannah will come. I did remind her,
Yeah.
and she replied. You
And
saw.
what about David? David Murray?
Yeah,
David
I wrote to him, but I can call him if maybe he'll come out and join us. So,
well, I guess if we're unable to get regular participation, I guess we have to shift our priorities and figure out how to get more people to come every month. Because even though we have great ideas and we're moving, coming up with things, it doesn't really help if we don't have much participation. I mean, to be quite honest, Donna, me, you, and Monica can knock it out like this and and keep on going. But right. It really is better if we have the community involved. So,
Donna, real quick, only because you said you invited people, you reminded people, especially the guest speakers. Are you sending them like an invite? Like for me, I know obviously I'm paying attention to my calendar, how often we meet. So maybe sending a regular like calendar invite so that you know if they are attending, it's pending, or they're declining to like speak or whatever.
Right.
So it's like, it shows up on their calendar, it shows up on your end so that, hey, we're clear. That's like, me saying, yes, I check mark, I'm going to be attending,
Yes. Well, it does seem like that is going to have to.
The way my calendar looks like, that's how I have to rely on my meetings, everything I have to do on a day-to-day basis. But that's how I stay organized. Because to be honest, like even I'm out at a different facility right now. Even though I'm like doing some social media stuff, updating stuff for South Seas, I still like have to like put a little reminder note, like a nudge on my phone. So I'm like, hey, hop on this call, they'll hop on at 7, hop on before. It's those like things for me, but I always ask people in general, like my staff, whoever, how do you set yourself up so that you don't forget things like this? Because, especially if you're presenting or you want to give input.
Yeah, I understand, because I thought of exactly what you were saying. So I wrote to her.
Right.
And said, are you going to be able to participate? And he responded. And I even copied Teresa on it. But, I don't know. And I give them my number, Monica. Always make sure.
Right. Cover your bases.
Yes, things happen. And they might.
I just resent her the agenda. So Donna, I think if we're going to do it, we should just go ahead and get started since we have Monica here. And then we also know that people can catch up later on YouTube.
And
so
we will do what we will do. Okay, so we're going to start. Welcome the three of us here to our meeting, and happy that you were able to come out. So we're going to begin our meeting. And
so let me just go through some housekeeping. We're going to continue to meet virtually because of the governor's order AB 361. We're in a state of emergency because of COVID, so that's why we're meeting virtually. Which, by the way, that's going to be lifted in February of 2023. So we can talk about possibly meeting in person again or having some kind of hybrid meeting. I have the agenda. Can you see the agenda, everybody?
Yeah, we sure can. Thank you.
Yes.
You're welcome. So I'm just going to go through this quickly. Welcome, public comments, an update from the director of South Seas House, an update from our park supervisor if he ever comes. We're also going to have a presentation hopefully tonight from Hannah Jew with the Art Truck LA. We're going to discuss possibly having a community survey to determine some of the programming we want to have at the So that's our agenda. Are there any questions?
No,
No.
Okay.
thank
And
you.
You're welcome. I'm going to stop the share. Are there any public comments?
I don't have any, surprisingly, tonight. I usually have something. So as far as I'm concerned, there's just a few of us and nothing new that we aren't going to discuss tonight. So Monica, your turn. Why don't we?
Okay, so Halloween, in my opinion, coming out of COVID was a success. We had, I believe, 160, 170 people going to Southeast House for the haunted part of the event. What I usually do is a post meeting with my staff to get their input, and the folks that were doing the Halloween parade were wondering possibly next year, obviously depending on the date that they are hosting it, if we can collaborate with them and do some of the activities that we typically do before the Halloween, the haunted house, with them. So like if they are doing the actual parade from this street to that street, by the time they get to Benny Potter Park, not just entertainment, like the live band, but also having activities for them. So that would be something I would like to do in the future. And then to host the haunted house either on Halloween night or a little bit later so that we can make that transition between the actual parade and then the Halloween haunted house. So that's my thoughts on my first event at South Seas for the Halloween. Do we want to look at the video right now, or?
Yeah, sure. Why don't I bring that up? Just give me 1 second.
Hi, David. Thank you for breaking
Hey,
the
David.
tie. Thanks for coming.
Okay, I'm going to share that. Just 1 second. Okay, now let me share. Sorry. Sorry about that. When I have 2 YouTubes up, I'm not quite sure how to do that. Can everybody see this?
Yes. Is there supposed to be sound?
Oh, yes, there is. You don't hear the sound?
I can't.
Oh, okay. Then hold on just a second. I think I have to enable some sound on the YouTube. I mean, on Zoom. Sorry about this. Let me just.
No problem. We have plenty of time. Yeah, for sure.
Where is that? I think it's security. Oh, man. Hold on a second. There's somewhere where I remember discussing this before about allowing sound to come through.
Whatever you do is better than I can, so don't worry.
Oh, that's not it. Okay, let's see. Here it is. Same as system. Oh, wow. Okay, well, I'm not going to be able to do it because it's going to take me too long to figure it out. So sorry, Monica. Why don't you just
No worries.
continue?
What I could do is send it to you guys. Well, David, I don't know if you've seen it. I could just forward it to David.
Or I think everyone has seen it. I mean, didn't you send it out? How did I get it? I think we all have a copy of it. I just didn't know if we were going to have a larger audience.
Right,
Plus,
right.
I wanted to have it as part of the record for our meeting tonight.
Yes,
but
yes.
maybe by the end of the meeting, I can figure out how to do it with the sound.
Audio.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries, no worries. Okay, so that was Halloween. All right, so the light camera update, I believe they started last week or actually the week before, Wednesday. And in total, they're looking at about, that's in addition to what we have in the restrooms in terms of cameras. I believe 21 cameras. And this is going to be throughout both parks, including the Isidore and South Seas House. And I will be able to view all these cameras from the office. And the time for this project is going to be a little over a month. So I'm going to just cushion like a month and a half.
So the cameras that are there already, not on the annex, but the main park,
The
you were able.
restrooms. No, I
Yes.
don't. I can't see those, but it's our maintenance supervisor has access to that. So if anything happens and LAPD needs to get in, that's how it can be viewed. But hopefully, once everything is complete, I'll be able to have access to everything right next to me. So there'll be a monitor in the office, and then I can make my adjustments where I can view
Okay.
every section of the park, including the back of the house of both the Isidore and South Seas.
Yeah, that's great. That I don't remember that being part of the overall plan. So is that what they told you? That was going to be your part of your capabilities to have the
Yes,
monitor?
yes.
Oh, that's great.
Because that was one of the first things when they came right before they started. So they came on a Monday and they started breaking ground on Wednesday. They're like, okay, where do we put the monitor? I'm all thinking in the cabinets, right? Because I thought it was going to be like much smaller. Oh no, it's going to be a full-on screen. I'm like, okay, right next to me, so that everyone
That's
can see.
wonderful.
Yeah, it is. Like, is this now a matter of me adjusting? Like, like you said, Teresa, let's hope this is not the case. But like, God forbid, I have to like adjust the cameras or something and show LAPD if something happens, right?
Yeah, you'll be able to do walkthroughs from your desk.
Yeah, but I that's not
But-
my personal goal. But it's nice where, unfortunately, I can be sitting for a few hours.
But I
instead of
mean,
me-
it's just, if there's
Yes.
something unsafe going on, you don't want
Correct. I
to.
could see it. Yes, of course. Yeah.
Right. And if
Well-
you're there later in the day when there are meetings going on, you can see what's going on. So it's
Correct.
great.
Yes. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I am too. This hasn't been something that's ever been available.
Right.
Excited about that.
Yeah. That's great, Monica. You also told me that you had a walkthrough with Anita or some other RAP staff. Can you?
It wasn't Anita. She didn't come, but it was I want to
Ramon?
say different folks from the city that had a role in the making of it all. So the maintenance supervisors, systems, who else? Oh, the contractors. So both contractors for the cameras and the lighting were there.
Okay. So this walkthrough was mainly for the preparation to the
Right.
groundbreaking for the thing. Okay.
Yeah, it was just more of just finalizing. They had some questions. Where's this? Where's that?
Oh, okay. And then has Ramon Cerrillos been in contact with you yet? I think he's the
Oh
new
yes, I was
sheriff.
actually talking to him earlier. Yeah.
And how is that going?
Oh, he's great. I've known him for a long time.
Okay. We found out recently that Shinnery has been
She got
elevated to a
promoted,
superintendent.
yes.
Yeah, in the valley. So
Correct.
we were happy to find out about him. So,
Yes.
Anything else?
That's it in terms of the cameras and the lighting. If I hear anything, I'll let you guys know. Random fun fact, I did have 35 come down just to interview some of the workers. And then as we get closer to the finished product, they'll come back and do after. So they took some photos before, and then it's going to be another nice LA this week. And my pitch to them was safer at the parks, right?
Oh, that's
So something to
great.
promote our facility, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Right.
I love that idea. That's
Yeah.
great, Monica. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I was at the studio a couple of weeks ago, I was like, hey, you need another story? So it worked out.
No.
So
to get that kind of money spent in the
yes,
mid-city
exactly.
area, that's a big
All right.
deal,
Yep.
real big deal. And people need to know, that this is happening locally.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So that's great that it'll be available. And then once it's done, we can put it out on all the local,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. As far as winter break coming up very soon on the 16th, I think the first day of LAUSD is out. Do you have a winter camp happening?
Yes. Yes, we will start winter camp on the 16th and then they will end, I think it's the 9th.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's
So
good.
we're going to do, and that was the whole, there's several reasons why we are doing our holiday event sooner than usual. It gives the patrons an opportunity to take a picture with Santa, develop those photos and mail them off before the 25th. It gives, my thing is traffic. As long as I have events, just like let's use Halloween as the example,
Yeah.
just know that over 100 people, over 130 people before they left to finish their festivities, they were able to get our flyers. So
That's
this is
great.
a good opportunity to have our holiday event this coming Saturday, because not only are they going to get like a goodie bag, photos, but they're also going to be, if they wanted to do a walkthrough of the house, Southeast House, they can do that. Also, they're going to get everything that we are offering for the winter, so our winter programs, as well as promoting the winter camp.
Right. That's good.
Versus if I do it, sooner to the date, it's kind of like, oh, I already have plans, or I actually went to the park down the street, or,
At least they know it's
yes,
available. You will get additional, as I told you, after the party. There will be things that can be given out after
during the camp.
Yes.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you. I know the kids will love that.
Yeah. So good idea.
I will say that I talked to some of the community and everybody was a little surprised we were having the holiday event so early, because the organizations that normally donate toys will not have their events until afterwards. So if as long as it's still good to collect the toys and you're going to hand them out, I guess people can
Yes.
still do that.
This will be, I can hand them out during our camp. If I know kids are coming, families are coming, I have them, I can distribute them as well. Yes.
And on your final day or so of camp, you can have another, it
Yes.
won't be pictures with Santa, but it will be,
yes,
have a hot, right before the Christmas.
right.
You'll
So like,
have
for
that.
example, at my last park at Lake Street Community Center, there was an organization, they would donate cultural gifts, and it was very, I don't want to say biblical. So they would have like light entertainment, and it was geared towards our camp. So it was always in that fashion. And it was just nice because it was something unique. It was something that the kids that were coming year after year, they looked forward to it every time winter camp came around at Lake Street. So to me, this could be another way of giving without, oh, I didn't make it on the 3rd, or,
Right.
they're going to get something like a treat, a snack,
Participation in itself.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
So
So
that
I
people
don't
will be
mind. Yeah,
fine with that. I think
exactly.
that's fine, and even if, the opportunity for them to come for the pictures and maybe stay for winter camp is a good thing.
Right.
So I'm looking at the calendar now. Friday, December 23rd, that's going to be your last day of camp
Before Christmas.
for Christmas. if that's correct, because it seems Sunday is December 25th.
So they come back after Christmas because
So,
school is out till the 9th of January,
Right.
so.
But
just the heads up regarding all of our camps. Patrons pay by week.
okay.
So they don't, unless they choose to sign up for the full 3 weeks or 2 weeks, depending on whatever we're offering. So I can just bring it up like, hey, if you want to sign up, great. If you don't, I'm going to have some stuff to give away. Please come by.
Right, right, sure.
So I guess what I'm asking, but Friday the 23rd, if someone brings you gifts on Thursday the 22nd, you'll be able to distribute them on Friday the 23rd. That would be the only time.
Yes, as long as it's before 6 o'clock, because camp is done at 6.
Yes, no, but I meant
Yes.
on Thursday, because
Correct.
that
Yep.
way you'd have them available to distribute on Friday.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, and
Well, hopefully we'll have a bag of toys from the party that, in addition to what you've received already, because I know David has made a
Yes.
large
Thank you, David.
commitment. You'll
because
have,
our party isn't until December the 14th, and I don't
Right.
know when Jacqueline's is, but Jacqueline also is in her organization also.
I think they're on the 19th. They're after us, so,
Okay.
yeah.
So,
So that'll be an opportunity.
and what ages are you looking for gifts again, Monica?
It could be from 0 to 12. I say 0 because what I'm noticing in general is a parent usually has an infant, a toddler.
Does the preschool participate in this too? I mean, do they get gifts?
Yes, they actually, they do get gifts, and then they actually do a performance. So they will be performing this Saturday.
Okay. And will the preschool be going on the same schedule as the rest of the?
No, they're going to
camp?
be taking a break.
Oh,
So they'll be off for 3 weeks?
Yes.
You guys are gonna video their performance and make sure that we can share it out, right?
Of course. I know you guys are not on Instagram, but if you're on Instagram, you would see the things that we do. And what I've been doing, as I think Teresa's husband sees, is that I will this is how I build followers, okay? I will create the post on Instagram, wait a day or two, whatever. And then I will take that same exact post and post it on Nextdoor. And then within, I don't know, a few days, I start to see it build in that on our Instagram. So yes,
And
I
this-
don't mind. I don't have a problem sending it to you guys.
Okay, thanks. Sorry to interrupt, Monica. This is
No,
the
no, you're fine.
Southeast House Instagram.
It's South_Seas_house. I
Okay.
didn't create a new Instagram. I was able to get into a previous account.
Okay. I just needed some clarification exactly what.
Oh, yeah.
Where it is. Okay.
And
Oh,
I
that's
forward
good.
everything to Donna in terms of sorry, I keep saying fall. Winter program, and I don't mind forwarding it to you as well, Teresa.
No, that's completely, no, that's totally fine. I know, I'm just trying to, I know that there's been some interest in having a secondary preschool or tots class. So the idea that we're not going to even have one for 3 weeks, is that normal? I mean, is it? Are the
Yes,
parents
it's
okay
very
with that?
normal. It's on the almost the same calendar as LAUSD. So actually, the preschoolers, their last day is on the 22nd. So they are going to be a little bit longer, and they will resume, I believe, after the first week of January.
Oh, okay. I must have misunderstood.
And that's
you.
very normal. Actually, I was questioned as to why they were going to be in school an extra week for the month of December. I just set it up that way.
Yeah,
But it's the school year, so
yeah, you're following the calendar.
Yeah.
I
I'm
have
also trying to
great
be mindful
concern.
of the 1040. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but the 1040 is also factored in, you know?
Yeah,
I hear you. What were you going to say, Donna? Because I know some people have talked to you about having additional.
Well, we're hoping to
Tiny
open
Tots.
in 2023 a secondary Tiny Tots. I've had parents who came from that grouping from Halloween, you know, interested in finding out whether that will be possible.
So as long as I have contacts and I can forward you the application and I have it on file and I have staffing in place, I can make it happen. So what I can do is, not tonight because I'm here.
Oh, no.
Tomorrow I'll put a reminder on my phone to send you the application, or you can send me the contacts and I can connect with the families directly and figure out what the goals are, you know, in terms of offering a second class, a mommy and me, etc.
Well, we're hoping, like I said, because there was a huge turnout for the parade and all those kids were close proximity. And some are going to Little Stars down the hill. So it's
Gotcha.
people who are local. And
Wonderful.
why not take advantage of having it at the park? I don't know how the cost compares, but they certainly enjoy and want to partner with the park.
Right. So do you have names and phone numbers?
Okay, well, that's
Yes or
something
no?
we're gonna, right now, no, I bet
Okay.
they outreach to me, the people that were involved.
Okay. That helps too, because it doesn't matter if you give me the main contact for the
list.
parade,
They did sign up from the parade. I think people came.
the little kickers.
Yeah, well, signed up for many things or signed up so that you had a mailing list. That was what I was
Right.
hoping. That
Right.
was built from that day that can build upon having events for small kids, you know. So,
Right.
because you know you got a big crowd of young parents
Right.
within, you know, drive distance of our area. So that, I think, is definitely something we can look at for 2022, 23. So,
Right.
and I can help with that because people had come to me and wondered, you know, because what do you need, 6 to start a class?
Yeah, so the max is 8. So I could do probably could start with 6 for
Right.
a preschool.
Okay, well, we're gonna blast that out over the winter break. So people
Wonderful.
know that it's available local. Right.
Monica, how do you promote the Tiny Tots now? Do you have a flyer or?
Yes, everything's on our website. I just didn't forward that particular flyer to Donna because that's ongoing, right? So
Yeah.
what I sent to her was everything for winter.
Yes.
So like, for example, our winter brochure, the Tiny Tots information is on there.
Okay.
Right.
But Donna, do you need something else to promote that? I'm asking because then I can get it
She
to
has
the
2
UNNC.
flyers. She has the flyer on the brochure. And then if she goes to our website, you're going to see the Tiny Tots individual flyer.
That I can download?
Yeah. You know, when you go
okay.
out to a regular website and then there's lists. Yeah, it's the same concept. I remember that one time you said, how do I navigate? And I said, okay, go to register now. You scroll down.
Oh, that's
and then
right.
everything's divided from your camps to special events to programs.
Right.
So everything is accessible. All you need is, you know,
okay,
the site.
Well, I can download that, Donna, and then promote it, ask Lizzie, our outreach person, to put it on the
That'd be
UNNC
great.
Facebook page and to send it out.
And all the feeder groups in the neighborhood. There are a couple of sites for the area going all the way to Culver City. And those people are the ones that came. Chanel's parade, they're the ones, she put it out. So she's a good resource too. I think her son's in Tiny Kickers.
Okay.
So he's in camp, in childcare close by here, because they live around the corner. I think you know her, Monica.
Yes. I know some people signed up for the Little Kickers.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's a lot of little kids. The
Right.
bigger ones are what we're trying to reach out to try to push this computer program that we hope is going to start after the holiday. We've spoken to Anita about, and we're going to be speaking with her again soon, but we really want that to hit the ground
Right.
for opportunity.
So,
So that-
Don, I also forward you the job descriptions of job openings that I do have as well.
Right.
So that you have that as a resource, because I know you asked me that a while ago.
Yes. Yes, I know about that and actually have the description. On my counter right here.
Wonderful.
Someone had dropped it by. So that being what it is, I know you're gonna need, because there are gonna be many groups meeting at the house
Right.
in the evenings. I see coming up in February, right, Teresa?
Yes, I'm not sure which ones. I think we're still trying to figure out if we can do a hybrid, or if the governing board will be the only one to meet in person, and that the committees can still meet by Zoom. I think we're going to be talking about it the next month or so, or maybe even on our governing board this week coming up. But just so you know, Monica, that the HPOZ monthly meeting, or sometimes it was twice a month, it used to meet at the South Seas House.
Right.
Planning and zoning used to meet there, and one other committee, which I can't think of right now, used to meet there. So if
Yeah, as
we
long as
go-
I know about it, I can always put that in on the calendar, and then make sure that we're following whatever protocol that's always in constant movement or change, and then I could just double check and
We
make
have
sure I
asked-
cross my T's, dot my I's, and making that space available to any of the organizations that would like to resume to meeting in person again. Yeah.
That's why I've asked everybody to reach out to you now, because it does not happen overnight.
Correct. Yep.
To reserve
Yep.
the spot, that's where they came from
Right.
3 years ago, and it was an ongoing issue. And they need to make sure it's out there and soon. So
Right.
But I will say, Donna, a lot of people have found a convenience in having the Zoom meetings. So the goal is to try to figure out to have a
a
hybrid.
hybrid,
so-
of course.
Yeah, even if it's just the committee chair, and let's say this committee, we decide we want to move to the South Seas House. It may be just the chairperson is there and everybody else can still Zoom. So we just have
Yeah.
to figure
Yeah.
that out.
Like, I
So-
kid you not, there was really no excuse for me not hopping on today, right? I'm not at my site, but I could still be on this call, right?
Yeah, sure. That's
So-
very helpful.
So that goes for folks that may, have to tend to family matters, but they probably can hop on for 20 minutes. So I'm all for hybrid. I was doing that when the pandemic hit, where I was teaching in person and on Zoom. So that one person that lived across Los Angeles could still exercise
Sure.
at an affordable cost, which means free. Okay. So yeah, you want to eliminate any excuses. Now it's just a matter of why these folks are not on this call.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not asking you to show up in person. All you got to do is log in, right?
There
So
there
same
is
thing, right?
no excuse. There is
See,
no
no
excuse.
excuses, and that's what I preach.
Yeah.
Now with HBOZ, it has been a little concern of mine, because we've had some problems with the way conduct has been on some of the Zooms. So it might be helpful to have some in person, if you know what I
Gotcha.
mean, Teresa.
Yes,
Might
yes.
change a good deal of the behavior of those people who have come in before HBOZ. But, this has helped them a lot to be, the code of conduct has gone out the window.
Right.
So there's some other things but I understand there's no excuse now. You can turn it on and cook bacon.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
sorry,
No,
Dave.
I'll be honest. Like, I'm still that person. Like, everything's now online, right? You go live. Like, I'll be honest, I'd rather be on this call than the next day having to watch it on YouTube, because I'm still
Yeah.
that person. I'd rather hear it live, even though I could
Yeah.
just be quiet the whole time. But this, as a human, like, oh, I missed out.
You
Am I
want
gonna
to
watch it later?
participate.
I'd rather, yeah. But that's me. I don't know if anyone else is the same.
I'm like that too.
Yeah.
In some
Right.
instances, like with HPOZ, I like to be in the room. I think it's
Right.
time that I am in the room, because
Right.
things have gone a little bit out the window. So, but this is good, still available, still opportunity to put their 2 cents in. So they really have no right to say anything. And the people I'm talking about are the people that have kids, small kids, and should want to know more about what the Rec and Parks program is offer in their local community. So that is my problem, but that's just me. So
I
Go
just
ahead,
wanted to
David.
ask if I could get some of the applications, because when I was going around collecting numbers and addresses, there were quite a few people that have little kids, and I could go and hand some out to them.
that'd be great.
Okay.
And I will we'll make sure I have them, right?
You don't have an application, but you have
Okay, you'll
all the
get it out.
flyers. You have the
Well-
brochure. Yeah,
Will you get the application out to us when you get a chance?
no problem. Yeah, I'll
Thank you.
I'll put a reminder on my phone. Yep. To do that tomorrow for you guys.
Thank you. That would be helpful. And that will, we're trying to do, did you want to mention before Monica has to leave about the survey?
Yes, if I can, sure. So Monica, we've been talking about this computer lab, and I talked to communications because I thought I could just say, hey, we want to do this. Can you send out a survey? And their backlog, but they said if we come up, they connected me with our webmaster, who I talked to on other, like this YouTube. They were the ones who helped me get this YouTube streaming project for the neighborhood council going. So she said there's several ways. We could do a Google survey. We could do MailChimp. There are a couple of different ways we could distribute it to the community. We just need to come up with the questions. So that's one of the agenda items I had later to kind of formulate the questions. So
So
go ahead.
are you trying to figure out the avenue on how to survey?
Well, if you have some suggestions on that, that'd be great. No,
More than one option. You know why?
No, what
Because some
option?
people don't know I have a website with all my information. So, for example, I'm so used to the monkey survey because I was taught a few years back how to create one. So that's my comfort zone. So if I'm creating a survey, I want to go there first. But if there's one that might have a greater reach, or you can manipulate better in terms of your questions and multiple choice, or even having that space where you can give, specific examples. I'm just going to throw it out there, not knowing. It might be Google. So I would do more than one. And then whoever is in charge of the back end on tallying the information, that's just, an extra task to go under different programs or software to collect the data. So
No, I think if I could just
Go ahead, I'm
interrupt
sorry.
for 1 second.
no.
Yes, the format is right now less important than the actual questions we're going to ask, and making sure we present those questions in a way that we'll get good answers.
Right.
So if you have some ideas on that, that'd be great. Or if you want to email me, or if, because I don't want to keep you, I know you have something else going on. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that in terms of you're making reference specifically for computer programs, right? Like what they want to learn.
Well, this is my idea. I mean, I think we had some consensus here to survey the community. Hey, are you interested in learning about how to manage your email, how to download a PDF? I mean, what
Right.
Donna has said, and I agree, let's try to have that computer lab active the entire time the facility is open. So during the day, we can have senior classes or
Right.
people you know, who want to come in, young people want to work on their resume or something, I don't know. And then in the later afternoon, have a coding class or, you know, Photoshop or something like that. So
Right.
The objective now is to try to formulate those questions in a way where we can get good data, get good responses, so then we can move forward with creating those programs.
Do we have that young lady who was giving input on the types of questions on this subject matter, or no? I
When
do
you-
remember one of our calls. She was like, well, why don't we ask the community members? So she might be a good contact in terms
That
of.
was Sandra from,
Okay.
from Jefferson
Sandra
Park,
Pruitt?
remember? No, Sandra, the other Sandra, the former board member. I'm trying to think of her last name, but she's from Jefferson Park. Remember, she came to a couple of meetings.
Oh, Sandra Paul.
Yes,
Yes. Oh, yeah. She, you know, no, but maybe we can reach out to her and I can ask her to work with us on that.
Because
Certainly.
I'll be honest, it's something, it's like, to me, this is an assignment. I can't just think of anything off the top of my head right now. But if I like
If you-
brainstorm, right?
yeah, if you think of something
Yes.
that you want to be able to provide, but we have to find out what the need is and
Right.
who'd be willing, because people won't necessarily pay for daycare, but they will pay for a coding class. Or
Correct,
they
yeah.
will pay. And we're trying to get it free because we can hopefully get staff from the local colleges that need
Yes,
credits. We already talked about this.
right.
And would be willing to come and teach a couple of times a week, or, you know, whatever, and be able to say, put that on the resume that they did teach it and they are
Right.
qualified. So that's something we want to try to work with for the new year. And we're
No, that's
looking
great.
for that. So,
Like I have already offered, like we're trying to build a teen program, and I already spoke with my rec assistant saying, whenever she wants to schedule me in, I will work with the teens on how to create a resume. And
Yeah.
that's something I'm taking on my own, where, you know,
yeah. And those are, we have local
giving them a
schools.
template, and then, you know, giving them the steps that you don't need to get paid and state you don't have experience. You definitely have the experience. You just didn't get paid for babysitting. And
Right.
this is how you get a job working at a park.
So
right?
yeah, those are opportunities that
Right.
you can provide for them too, the skills, and be able to build their resumes for later. And prepare for college to be able to write letters to them, whatever.
Cover letters, you name it. Yep.
So that's something we can definitely try to get out there and build a group by advertising. So opportunity.
Right. Right.
So those are kind of what we want to do starting the new year. We're looking for that to happen.
Okay. I'm just going to put this volunteer getting credits disclaimer. They just have to be cleared, fingerprinted and cleared.
Yeah,
Yes,
for sure.
Yes,
So
you
just
you
saying
mentioned
that.
that they had to be fingerprinted,
Right,
anybody
right.
to come in, yes.
And that does take a little bit of time. So as soon as we see candidates, I'd be more than happy to work with them directly and guide them along the way.
I've been talking to parents who have kids they want to be in, what is it, counselors in training,
Wonderful. Yep.
PIT. They should be
Yes.
starting now. I've tried to make them understand that. They
So,
need to get it prepared.
the CITs, something I have been talking to one of my rec assistants about is if they join our team program, which is something I'm trying to start, right?
Yeah,
This can be ongoing. So it's not like, oh, take this crash course on how to be a CIT. It's building that relationship with the individual. It's having them do activities for themselves at the center, not just for somebody else. And then as we get closer to any of the camps, they have an idea in terms of how to be involved, how to participate, not just stand there and look at their phone.
because
Right.
they don't know if you don't train them. And like you said,
Exactly. So this is kind
So-
of part of the program as well.
if you can hit the ground running with that in January, there are probably parents right in the neighborhood with 13-year-olds that would
Exactly,
want
yeah.
to be involved and
Yep.
in a teen program. And also you have a lot of skill on computers. They can be using the computers that you have available
Correct.
to
Yep.
learn and do. So I will put that out as well.
And it's on the brochure too,
Okay, good.
that the teen program that I'm trying to
We'll bill for CIT.
launch.
Yeah, sure. Okay, we're
So as far as the survey questions, do you have a due date? Because, you know, this so I can plan and put my thoughts in.
Just sometime in December, Monica, when you get some
Okay.
time, just, you know, I don't know how to do monkey survey, but I know how to do the Google. I've done that
Okay.
one before, so I was just gonna kind of start putting it together. That was my goal for today, but then I didn't worry about it because I thought we were gonna have this 15-minute presentation and then have
Right, right.
discussion. So I was like, oh, we probably won't get to it anyway. So, but how about I just work on it in the next a couple of weeks and I send it out to the group that's here, and then we can have it ready to go to get approved in January, or we can probably approve it via email, I guess, and then just send it out. I mean, this is, we're just trying to get to solicit some feedback from the community. And if we
Yes,
don't
yes.
get any, and you know, the seniors or whatever, then we just go with what we have. I'm not gonna
And
worry
then
about it.
this, that's why I know you said it doesn't matter with the format, but like, for example, do I still have to show how my dad had to navigate his iPhone that I bought him, I don't know, 5 years ago, and he has like 4 upgrades? Yes. So he is the person that needs a paper and pen. So we can't forget folks like him.
right.
You can ask them. And these are focus groups, right? So let's just say somebody in this group, I want to exclude myself, comes by on Saturday and talks to parents. Then you call that a focus group, right? So it's more than just online surveys. All the time, if I'm like I said, if I had Teresa's QR code on the agenda, on her calendar. So as I'm doing my job orders, I can communicate, network with the patrons that are at the park, and then just say, hey, scan this QR code and you're gonna see all the meetings that we have for the month of November. Or here's the schedule for the month of January. Attend this one. Right? So same thing where you're doing focus groups, it's not always electronic, because I always have to factor in folks like my dad.
Yeah.
If
sure.
anything, he's one of those, and you know, I love him. He just had his birthday yesterday, right? Having a conversation with him is better than telling him to click on this link, scan this QR code. He's gonna be like, what's this? You know?
Right.
So, you know, just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
So part of sorry, Donna. So part of even Saturday's thing is making myself available if somebody wants to tour the facility. And I thank you, Donna, for having that group come in.
The
that
Walk
one
LA.
Saturday. Yes.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
amazing. I
So,
heard it was great.
yes. So that's like the perfect example. Like, of course there were folks, I heard, of course there were folks like, oh, I had no idea this was here. And I was like, Gavin, did you give them flyers? Like, yes. When I told them this was a rec center, I started giving them flyers. So it's,
Give us an
it's
update
those
on
little
that,
things.
Monica.
I'm
Tell us
sorry?
about that. I don't know anything about that.
That was the Walk
go for it.
LA
Donna knows better than
program
me.
that Laura was involved in. It started all the way at Figueroa and came down West
Oh,
Adams.
Yes,
Remember?
yes.
And
Yeah, I
they
remember.
stopped at South Seas, and Gavin was there and did tours.
Yes.
They took pictures. There was a lot of people. And then they
Right.
came over to, I think, David's house. They walked along 25th, and they were amazed. They bragged about South Seas house.
Mhm.
And they had a really good turnout. It was a huge turnout. They walked to Culver City.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Now, if I knew about that walk, I probably would have done half of it, but still,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
The thing is, nobody knew it was going to be as big, but
Got it.
since COVID is kind of calmed
Dying
down,
down. Yeah.
people they jumped out. It happened before. I actually was one of the docents at South Seas, and we had pictures up and talked about the renovation and everything. Well, these people, nobody knew who was actually going to show up. It was huge.
That's
Wow.
great. Yeah.
So
Gavin was very proud. He texted me right away. I was like, wow, that's awesome. And then the other rec assistant that didn't know that Gavin mentioned, she's like, hey, a group came in and it was really awesome. Gavin did a great job. I'm like, what? It's those little things that makes a big difference, right? Where it's
We
in
didn't,
person, it's not always being online, right? Like
and you didn't
on
even
social media.
know they were gonna come in.
Right,
They
right.
took pictures outside the house and
Yes.
they saw it, and then they knocked on the door and walked in and asked questions and then got a walkthrough. And so it was,
That's nice.
it blew up. Let's put it like that.
No, it's great.
It is.
That's great. I remember Laura talking about that.
Yeah. Nobody knew that it was gonna get as big as it did, but it did. So next year they'll be more prepared because it'll be word of mouth. People will
Correct.
be preparing for it, but it won't necessarily be along West Adams. So there you go. Good opportunity, and it was taken advantage of, so it's a good thing. Well, we got some information out, and thank you, Monica. I know you needed to leave, but thanks for the information. I know it's hard once you start talking, you're not gonna stop.
No, it's a lot good information though. Really, it is.
You're gonna get the information out. So thank you for the help, support, and we'll talk about CITs with our local community over the
No, I
holiday.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Monica.
Thanks. Anything else on my end, or are we good to go?
Nope, you're good. Thank you very much.
All right. We'll keep in
Thank you.
touch.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Have
you
a
guys.
nice-
Much love to you guys, okay?
Good night.
Good
Bye.
night.
Bye-bye. Okay, so our truck people, Hannah's, I'm gonna have to reach
Yeah,
out, talk to
I-
her tomorrow.
Yeah, I just, at the beginning of the meeting, I sent her the agenda.
Uh-huh.
Um,
I
No,
don't know what happened. You saw I wrote to her, but there's
Yeah.
nothing you can do outside of that. They obviously are flakes, and I'm gonna find out. No, come on. This second time they flaked on us. The
Yeah.
first time they reached out and said they couldn't come, and then they would come for the next meeting. So this is the second time. We'll
Yeah.
have to see, how does their program work? I don't know. But nothing
And
else
so-
we can say.
I'm sorry, I had to chase somebody out. I had a guest here, so sorry. I was late.
No, your guest, you should have let him sign on another computer, and we would be able to count them. So,
I'm trying to figure out how to do this video with the sound, and I know that there's some additional button that I'm supposed to click.
uh-huh.
But I don't know what it is. Have you
Well-
seen the video, the Halloween video from Channel 35, David?
Yeah, she sent, I think
Oh.
she sent it, somebody sent it to me.
I
Okay.
think she did, and I
Well, maybe
also
you did.
got one from Gavin, so we've all seen it.
Okay,
But it would be great to be able to share, at some other point. It's great.
yeah, I'll think, as soon as we're done with this and I stop the live stream, then
Uh-huh.
I'm going to take a few minutes to try to figure out how to do it. Actually, I'll call Laura because I know she's had
Gotta
that
go.
issue before where she's tried to share something and there wasn't any sound in the video.
Right.
And she said you have to click something.
Yeah.
I'm just
Well-
gonna throw this out there, but did they ever have sewing classes at the South Seas house?
They haven't. They have done it at the local, around in the area at a senior center down on Adams, but we've never had any kind of sewing, knitting, or crochet taught.
Hmm.
So
Would you be interested in that, David?
No, I sew. It's just something I learned when I was a little kid, and I found it useful because of sail. So
And I know how to sew too. I mean, I can't, but I can certainly make curtains or make something
Yeah.
nice, not a, couture outfit or anything, but yeah, it'd be great.
There's-
And go ahead.
there's probably a lot of people who, in the local community who already make certain things or have certain crafting abilities that they might want to be able to share. Because at one point I know we did have some of my neighbors here, and that's been years ago, that actually taught at a senior center. So I'm not
I mean, it
sure.
might be fun to have like a knitting circle or,
Yeah.
you know, crochet circle or something.
Yes.
And that's another way to use that space over there. I mean, it can just be 3 o'clock on, you know, every other Tuesday. If you want to know how to do basic crocheting, please join for an hour or something. And people can just come in when they feel like, if they're working on a blanket or something. I think that's a great
then
idea.
Have a backup. And there are people who do it, who make
Yeah.
so much stuff, they're trying to figure out how to get rid of it and where. And yarn is at the Dollar Tree. It's
Yep.
not like you have to spend a lot of money to get yarn. There are people who have skills. We just need to, like you said, surveys. That
Yeah,
survey can include home crafts, you know.
My
Or-
next door
Or-
neighbor, 15-year-old, sews and she makes incredible dresses like from the 1920s and stuff.
Wow. There are people who have it in their heart to make things,
Yeah.
and they have to do it. And it would be great that we have a space that people can come and learn, who want to learn, you know, beginning level.
The
So we just have to connect. That's all. Because we got a space.
right. And the Isidore House, and I still have this, David, I don't know if you know about this, but it's the 400 pages of the consultants who did an evaluation on the Isidore House and the
Wow.
feasibility of, I can send you the link. I think Eric sent out the link. I can send it to you if you want to take a look at it. I had
Yeah,
a credit
definitely.
at Print Depot, so I said, can you print this off? So I have a hard copy, which will now, eventually, when the Isidore House is renovated, it will be in the library there. as,
Excellent.
You know.
Yeah, part of it.
Yeah,
Okay. When are we gonna meet? I know he said we can meet every 3-4 weeks. So
Yeah,
we're
well-
looking at a January meeting, right?
yes, but I mean, I'd love to meet with Anita again. I enjoyed that, but what we really do, we need to meet with Daryl Ford, and that one is gonna be a separate meeting, I think, and that's what he's working on, I believe,
Good.
to get that meeting.
Good
but
after
it
the
will be-
holidays.
and it's an expensive renovation. They estimate well, they said 1.2, but with this, that, the other, 1.6 million. So we just have to figure out how to get that. But the reason why I was bringing that up is because I know we talked about putting a kitchen in there, and like a real kitchen.
Yes,
And I recently, I'm a canner, and David, I'm not sure if you can or not, but I know you gave us those great olives, but
Yeah.
and LA County does not have a master food preserver. They have a master gardening class or apprenticeship, but they don't have it for food preservation. The closest, I think Orange County does, or they used to, but San Bernardino, and then many of the counties north of us have it, but LA County does not have it. But I thought it might be maybe, you know, something to have a canning class, not with a pressure canner, but just how to can jelly or how to do, you know, just whatever you can do on a boil canner. That might just be a fun thing to have.
if we can ever get that house done, there's so many community activities that can happen.
Yeah.
And people will want to come in and do, and we can have someone who is pretty much the house oversee person to make sure it's used appropriately.
Yeah.
And there'll be opportunities for jobs for that. So
Yes, exactly.
If
We
they,
need a
if they
space.
land up stripping the paint in that Isidore House, the strip, I went and tried just about every type of stripper there was, and I found one that was really good.
uh-huh.
I think you were telling us about this last time, David.
Yeah, it's
This-
you wrap it in saran wrap and leave it for 24 hours, and then come back and it'll go through layers of paint.
And that it cuts out a lot of the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that little bit at a time doesn't work. People go crazy. except for you, David.
I'm crazy from too much stripper.
And you don't mean the kind on the poles.
No,
No,
but
No.
there's one that I finally worked with. It's not non-toxic, so that's one good thing.
Oh, that's great. What is the chemical if it's non-toxic? What is it? It lye or?
No, it's not lye either. It doesn't burn your skin and it doesn't emit fumes that you can't breathe in. And you can actually put your hand into the stuff and it does nothing to your hand. I
Really?
wouldn't leave it in there, but
Yeah. Oh,
you
that's
get it.
interesting.
It's really good.
it obviously is, because that being able to actually work well and not be dangerous
Yeah.
is a feat,
Yes.
really. So,
Okay, well, let me just check the agenda quickly to see if there's any old business or follow-up to anything.
I think we discussed the Halloween thing and
Yeah.
the groups that were available and were actually wanting to do so. That was a good thing, that the group that Chanel worked with wants to try to combine something with the park. Chanel, actually, the one who planned the parade, has a little boy, and she has worked, I guess, come to Monica and said, what can we do as a group, you know?
Right.
So I think that's helpful for both the park and the parade group. So,
I'm looking at the calendar for next year, and Halloween, October 31st is on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
So Chanel and that group, they did their parade on in this case, it would be on Sunday, the 29th. So.
right, and that worked for them. It seems hard to not have the haunted house on Halloween,
Yeah.
but one year they actually had Halloween on the weekend and they did everything. The little kids went home around 4 or 5, and they went on to have the late night activity. But I realized weeknights, it's hard for the parade because people are coming from work. And
Yeah.
so it has to be a weekend. It really does.
Yeah.
They can have little activities, like they said, with games and such in the park after the parade. I think that's definitely something that can happen,
Right.
and gives it a little bit, once they get to the park, they have opportunity to do things.
Right.
But
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
agree. We should still have some park activity.
on Halloween,
Yeah,
because
on that Sunday. No, on that Sunday after the parade arrives, to have that there, and then still have them on Tuesday, have the.
yeah, the haunted mansion, because you're not going to get the people who actually do Halloween out on the parade day, because that's mainly the little kids. And but they can definitely do some table games and, different things that will give, even a movie. So that could even happen, because they could have a movie in the park, Halloween, a movie for kids on Saturday or Sunday before, and still be home by 8, 7, whatever. It won't be late.
Mhm.
I think it would be, a fun activity. So that's a suggestion for her. But the haunted house, people will come if they know about it. For 160 people, that was a real good turnout. And I think they charged, I don't know, I can't remember, but it was a small amount. But people didn't know about it. That was kind of a problem. But to charge like $1 or $2, it's okay, but it shouldn't stop people from seeing it.
Right. Maybe something just like donations or something. It
Yeah,
shouldn't be.
sure. Because we were supposed to help with the police parade, but they never came and got the donation.
Yeah.
We were going to buy tickets for the group homes. They never came.
Wow.
I talked to them. Luis used to come. Luis would come by from home if he had to. He'd come and pick up because he had a group home he supported. So it's hard. But anyway, I'm for that. And I think we did a good follow-up, so opportunity. I'm all, I know, have nothing else.
Okay.
Thanks, David, for coming.
Thanks,
And
thanks
we
for the
can-
reminder.
And the new year, hopefully we can get a crew of at least 6 or 8 people who will show up. That's on my to-do list. Cause,
I'm just gonna say that we're adjourned now, Donna, so I can
Right.
stop the live stream.
yes,